Call me, promise that you'll never be lonely. Be the fan, that's what they call me. Promise that you'll never be lonely. Be the fan, that's what they call me.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode. I have an amazing guest. We've been having some side chat and I promise you you're going to love this. Plus, pardon us, we are going to do 2 parts this week. We are giving him 18 minutes of the 9 minutes, so 2 episodes for him because his story is just amazing. I love it. It's going to help a lot of us figure this life thing out. So let's just get into it without any further ado. Would you introduce yourself to our audience today?
So hi guys, my name is Ochola Onyango Komuono. Yeah, Ochola Onyango Komuono is my name.
Or just Ochola Onyango Komuono, no English names, no nothing.
I have an English name, but I have it in denial, so I don't like it.
Yeah. Fine. So tell us, who is Komuono?
So I'd say first, let me say Komuono is first a student at Maseno, taking education. So I'm a training teacher. In biology and agriculture, but apart from that also wear some other capes. I'm a poet. Yeah. I'm a creative writer.
Okay.
I'm also an artist. I write songs, which is a silent part of me. Apart from that, I'm also SDG4, that is quality education, and SRHR advocate. And yes, so public speaker.
SRHR in full would have to be?
SRHR in full for me, because someone else will define it differently. For me, it's sexual and reproductive health and rights.
With the focus on what specific sex or gender, or it's just generally?
So that's what I'm saying. For me, I'll say it's sexual and reproductive health and rights. But someone else will tell you sexual reproductive health and rights. So for me, I say it's sexual and reproductive health and rights because I'm a friend to all the sex,
genders and sexes.
Genders and sexes. Yeah. So that's it.
So let's get to figuring this life thing out. How did you get here?
It has been a journey of mistakes. So I'd really love to say I got to where I am because of mistakes. Mistakes on my side and mistakes on my family side. So that's how I came here. But just to mention is that maybe the first mistake that brought me to where I am is the separation of my dad and mom. Yeah.
Okay.
They separated when I was still a kid. I never knew them. So that is the first mistake that brought me here, because I believe were they together,
it would have been
a different story.
Yeah.
And the second mistake is mistakes that I did personally out of anger. Yeah.
Can you talk about these mistakes you did out of anger?
So the mistakes, personally, the mistakes that I did was getting bitter with life, getting bitter with people, and thinking that people owe me life and people owe me everything, like every shit I wanted to be. It's like someone owed me. So let me start by my education life, because that's where now everything revolves around. Yeah. So I did my first KCP in 2007. So when I did my first KCP, but until then I was living with my dad. Although I had just moved to live with him in Eldoret for 2 years, because the rest of my life I was living with Shosh in Ushago, Nyakach. Yeah. So when I did my first KCP, Dad suffered some strange illness, which he still has to date, and it really disturbed me. So because when I was doing my KCP, I wasn't sure where he was, his safety and all that stuff. So when I did my KCP, I failed. I don't know, but I think I failed because of the me that I know I am,
and your potential
and my potential. Yeah. So I got a 267. So when this news reached my extended family, because knowing who I was academically, they consoled me and told me, Komuono, you can do better than this. Just go get back to school. Go give it your all, and then after that, take you to your dream school. My dream school was Friends Kamusinga. I didn't know anything about it. I just knew the name. Nilikuwa tunapenda hiyo jina, Friends
School Kamusinga.
So that was my dream school.
Yeah.
So I went back to class 8. That is 2008. I worked hard and I worked smart, and I passed my exam. Or I passed away. I passed away my exams because this time now I killed it. Yeah. So when now the results come and everyone is excited. Hey, what have you gotten and everything? Oh, I received mine and everything was normal. No?
Yeah.
You receive. No one is there to celebrate with you. Even if they are there, you don't see some genuine part of it.
Oh.
Then I knew it was hell for me now. So I was taken to some local school with the help of my uncle, a brother to my dad, and also a cousin of mine also has been very instrumental in this journey. So they supported me, yes, but I was never contented, because I knew, okay, this is not the best for me, and you guys owe me.
Oh, they owe you a better place.
You guys owe me a better place. You guys owe me a better future. You guys owe me like everything. You've let me down.
So how did that play out in your life in high school?
Mm-hmm. So when I checked on the school, up to date, no one has ever bothered to know the school that I was to join.
What school were you to join? Out of concern.
It was. I've also forgotten. Is it Moroni boys or Chemelil boys?
Oh.
Yeah. That letter is still there. I normally say that letter, I'll show it to my son someday and tell him, son, this is the school that I was supposed to go. Look at it. If it fits you, maybe we can go. You use this same letter. Because no one has ever bothered to ask me where it is, if I went to check the letter and everything. So this made me a very bitter person. It made a very bitter person, especially when you see the guys that you even perform better than them going to better schools, and you're going just the local, like nothing has changed. Even with my 267 marks, I would have even gone somewhere better. Yeah. So I said, okay, now let me go to let me appreciate and go. So not first year.
Form 1. We all confused that after getting into the university.
Yeah. So in Form 1, how someone is it's a transition. You're excited, you're reading, you want to get knowledge and everything, and then I paused a bit in term 3.
Form 1.
I said, now, what is this that I'm doing? Even if I passed in primary, and here I am in this school. Even if I pass, is there someone who's going to take me ahead? I said no. I just answered myself. I said no. So I said now, I don't want anything to do with school, but I'm not going to share it with anyone. I just want to blunder with my marks so that I lift up this lead. There's that joy. We wanted to help you, but you failed. So I wanted it that way. I wanted it that way. So I only want to get my certificate. And then I'm coming from this family that we've never seen the fruits of education. You don't have an immediate family member who has gone through education successfully that you can look up to. So why are you going to be the first one after all? Yeah. So I was not ready to be the first one to bury myself into books, get A's and be a doctor or a wakili, So I said, okay. In term 3, now I started joking. I started now skiving classes, and then by then now I started writing music.
Oh, okay.
So in that I started writing music, and now being that I was the Kabontao of area, so being a Kabontao is like Bonteo. You're the one who knows English. You're the one with the perfect Kiswahili and some Sheng. So when my peers who are also aspiring to be musicians heard that there's someone here in Lisana who does music, they were like, now I was like the big artist, you know?
Yeah.
And I want to come for collab and everything.
Do you have like copies of this music that probably you can make our viewers listen to and know where you've come from?
No, but there is one I featured some few months ago. Just like a verse.
Fine. So you're going to give us a share?
Yeah.
All right.
So then these guys, when we met, now they said, now let's make a music group, and we formed a group, and we started going to studio.
Yes.
We did our first song with Kisumu, a producer called what was his name? May his soul rest in peace. Earlier he passed, but he did us some beats. Now you have ukona mziki.
Yeah.
And when ni msanii now vinyozi zote za areas zinakuja because that's the far your music can be played in the kinyozis, you know. Your schoolmates know you but they have never heard the song because by then it is in the village deep.
Yeah.
No one has the DVD, the everything. So if someone wanted to hear my music, enda kwa kinyozi. Funnily there was a kinyozi ya Ottis. Enda kwa Ottis and hear from them.
Oh wow, I see what you did there.
So when this went on, when I now in Form 2, now I decided now I'm going to Blanda now. Well, that was in 2010 in Form 2. Now I did the second song with the same guys.
So your songs were just to Blanda.
No, I was doing them out of revenge.
Oh.
You see, like, okay, watch us. Kumojota nina kwa TV.
All right.
You know.
I'm going to be big.
Kumojota nina kwa TV, and then these were the time of Tusker Project fame.
Yeah.
I was like, ikikuja tu Kisumu, I'm the next star from this. So I was doing this with so much anger.
Yeah.
I just wanted to prove a point. So in fees was also a problem because I was living with Shoshi and partly with my uncle. So I just gave up with life.
Yeah.
So most of my times I would come from home. I don't reach school. I just go to my friends. Just write music. The whole day.
Give us a line, please.
Okay, there's this. Okay, the first song that was called Zena. Okay, my verse.
It was to a girl.
Yeah, it was to a girl.
Yes.
Okay, ilikuwa inasema nilivyokupenda sikuamini kwamba ungekuzaminifanyia hivi kwani
You still can actually sing.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So in Form 2, I had given up in life kabisa, and it's now it was because also of situations and everything. So I continued that way. My marks dropped and everything. And finally, no one was questioning, so that comfort.
Live your life.
Yeah, you're living your life. So Form 3 came. I tried. Music was not that. There was nothing actually. We were getting nothing, but your Gina too, and just being bitter for nothing. Because today I'd say I was bitter for nothing.
Yeah.
But by then I was bitter for a reason. So I went to, and then finally now all this time. I didn't know my mom, right?
Okay.
I've never known my mom. All this time, I've written my these things to do with bursaries and everything, and any help that I was thinking and the scholarships. I've written them saying that my mom is dead. I don't know who she is. Yeah, so I realized even the pictures that I was having, thinking that's her. They were not her because I never knew her.
Oh, so you had pictures of someone else?
Thinking it's my mom. And then my dad was also not in a position to tell me who my mom was. So by then, so the first mistake that I did that has shaped me was, not taking my studies seriously. That is the first mistake I did. So this mistake now, the second mistake that I did was now in Form 3, third term. I met in that December of 2011. I met a certain mama. My mom is not from the same community with my dad. So I met another mama who is from the same community with my mom. And I was like, hey, you've never seen my mom? She told me, I've seen her, but it's been long, but there's someone I can hook you up. So she hooked me up with someone. And this someone also played me games until I think she was tired. And then one day she just gave me the number of number of mom, the contacts. And then I called mom. It was one of the most awkward calls. You've never seen your mom, you don't know her, and you're not receiving like, hey mom, I missed you, where have you been? No. It was simple. Hey mom, how are you? So where have you been all these years? And you're comfortable without me?
Yeah.
And he told me, no, it's only that I've been hearing maybe messages that you're getting, you're doing good, you're in private school and all that. I told him, you don't know what you're speaking about. Then she told me, okay, now what do I do for you? I told her, okay, me support me. Then she took me, she sent me money, and that day, nikajificha.
So no one knew where you're going to?
No one knew. But something happened. The day that I got my mom's number, my uncle got the number.
Okay.
So when my uncle came home, I was like, hey, Ochola, come. I want you today to speak to your mom. I was like, what? You want me to speak to my mom? It's okay. And then he gave me his the mobile and told me, hey, ongea na kijana. And I was like, hi mom, you're doing good. Okay, I'm also good. And I ended the call. So I think he also wondered, hey, that was not. Yeah. So I packed my things, nikajificha, nikaenda kwa mom, and that was in 2012. I was supposed to sit my KCSE in 2012, but one blunder also that made me not to sit my KCSE. Remember, that is the time that you must register with birth certificates and all that, and I didn't have mine. I just have rumors that I was born in Meru. I don't know how I can trace everything there. So that is one of the things that I had. Lazima tu form 4 singefanya. So when I went to mom asked me, now what do I do for you? I told me, okay, let me go back to school. And then another mistake, which is awkward. My brother has never been to a boarding school. My brother has been dreaming going to a boarding school. And here mom wants to take me to a boarding school. Now you know that excitement.
Yeah.
Na ile ushamba yote umekuwa accumulate all these years. So when I went back to Form 3 in 2012, I was so excited being in a boarding school, my friend. I was so being excited. Now I wanted to, to stand out. I wanted that validation. You see, I was recovering the years that I was not present with mom. So all this pressure, I wanted to show it. Mom is here now. She's spoiling you. You have pocket money and everything. So I blundered. I failed. This one I say I failed because I had everything at my disposal. Mom was paying my school fees and everything. I didn't make it to university. I didn't make it to university. So when I didn't make it to university, I thought again and said, because I had studied my mom, she's not the best. She's not the best. So I had studied and I said, the only trap I have for her is paying my school fees. That's
university fees or
the only sure help I'm sure of. The only help I'm sure of from her is my school fee. So what do I do? And then I looked at her and said, if I go to a college with these my marks, I'll be tired. So again, rewind it again. That it's already 5 years in high school.
High school, yeah.
So I took it back to Form 3.
What?
I took it back to Form 3. And now this time I had already known myself, I'd already discovered myself. Yeah, and I did well now in 2015.
Also, you finally finished it in 2015.
I finally finished.
Well, I must say, I have picked a lot from your Nini, but the biggest is you have to bounce back. No matter how bad it gets, you have to bounce back, and it's never permanent.
It's never permanent. It's never permanent. But bounce back. The beauty of bouncing back. Most people bounce back when they already know where the mistake were.
Yeah.
Most people bounce back when they already have the notes. Somewhere you can refer. I did this and I got this. I got this result. So this time round, if I do things differently, it's a different result.
Okay.
That's the beauty of bouncing back. You bounce back when you already know who you are.